A warm welcome to all of you and a heartfelt namaste. I, Anuradha, would like to thank all of you for writing in your comments and suggestions on our YouTube and Spotify channels and liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channels. Today, we are going to talk about the transit of Rahu. Rahu is a planet that in its wake, when it transits over the nakshatras and the houses, brings about change. Rahu is change personified because it talks about the future, the way our life would unfold. And we know that change is the most constant thing in life. Rahu also creates fears. One thing that we can relate to or take note from is the story of Raja Parikshit. Raja Parikshit was the descendant of Arjuna, and being related to the family of Lord Krishna, he had his values in the right place. However, once, because Kal was on his head and he was full of ego and ignorance at that time, he managed somehow in a very poor state of mind to be rude, to be nasty to a rishi. The result was that he had to lose his life within 8 days of that happening. We can equate the transiting of Rahu into Aries with that, because Rahu is something that allures a person, causes ignorance and causes fear. And Aries, as we all know, is the first house of the Kalpurush Kundali, which represents the head of the Kalpurush Kundali. So if there is ignorance in life, if there is ego in life, this Rahu can bring about a lot of difficulties and problems. What is the area of life that will face these problems can be seen as to which part of the zodiac your Lagna is in. If your Lagna is in Mesh, this can be on your own self. If your Lagna happens to be in Capricorn, it could be in relation to your parent, it could be in relation to your emotional values attached at home. So we further move on and see how this Rahu affects you in terms of your Lagna. So Rahu transits to Aries on 12th of April 2022. When we talk about the transit for the Aries Lagna, we see that Rahu is with Mercury on that very day, and Mercury happens to be the third and the sixth lord. It is so, and Sun happens to be the fifth lord, happens to be in the 12th house, and Sun also represents the head. It also represents the father. Whom can one have ego clashes with? One can have ego clashes as it is on the Lagna Saptam, that is on the 7 and 1 and 7 axis. Rahu can show clashes with the self. It can show clashes with the partner. Any decision which is taken in haste as relates to your leaving a company, leaving a partnership, leaving behind certain issues and creating fuss with or having huge fights with the partners also can bring a lot of tension to the self. It can on a later day fall back on you for having a lot of issues or a lot of problems with those people, which will go in a very wrong direction. So if you're very inclined to take a step on that day, as people who know Rahu better say, that wait for some more time. When Rahu is pushing you to do something, you need to push back and you need to wait and watch. Don't bring about on your own self any problem that you create by taking a very strong, hasty decision. Any learning that you need to do is a good place to begin with, because Rahu on the Lagna brings about a lot of topsy-turvy situations in life. This is a time when you want to be known, you want to make an identity of your own self. However, as the entry of Rahu has been with Mercury, it is quite likely that you might also find that you might find that there's a prarabdha, very strong prarabdha that is going to come and help you do things that you probably would not be very interested in. Something that one needs to take a lot of care and caution about. The one remedial measure that we have about Rahu is worshipping of goddess Durga and helping people who are not just belong to your caste and your community. If you do that, then you will be able to tide over this period Yes, Rahu return, Rahu movement into an area is not a very, into a new zone, into a new sign is not something that one would want to, because there's already a lot of upheaval that we can see and we really are not very interested in that. But life continues, planets keep moving, and they bring with them their own remedial measures also. Keep donating to people who are in need, may not, without looking at the caste and creed, and remembering Goddess Durga as you come out of the bed right early in the morning is a good start of the day. Till we meet with you again,
Please
stay
hit the
safe.
bell icon for fresh updates. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on the videos, and please subscribe to our channel.